Have you ever struggled with binge eating and felt hopeless because you didn't know how to stop it? In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can end this negative cycle once and for all. Before we dive into it, just a quick backstory on my eating disorder so you know where I'm coming from. So basically, at the age of 15, I was diagnosed with anorexia and depression. And then it evolved into binge eating disorder, which I still struggle with sometimes, but it's very infrequent, so I would say I'm cured. And because I've struggled with this for so many years, I decided to share 5 tips that really helped me overcoming in terms of mentality shifts and actual physical actions. My first tip for you is to get rid of the all or nothing mentality. This is a very extreme mentality where you look at things as either bad or good, black or white, like there's nothing in between, no gray area whatsoever. People that have this mentality tend to categorize food as either bad or good, and they create this perfect diet in their head, and if they don't follow it, everything is ruined. So usually if you have one bad meal, it would lead to a whole day of eating badly or even a whole week. Food really becomes like a sense of control. You say, I'm going to have this for breakfast, this for lunch, this for dinner, no snacking in between, and if you fail any of that, then you just say screw it because there's no point in doing that anymore. When I say to get rid of this mentality, I mean that this is super unrealistic and it will immediately lead you to failure. Instead, challenge this belief and release control over your diet. For instance, if you have a burger and fries for lunch, then try to have a salad for dinner so that you compensate in terms of the nutrients you are getting in. And that really allows you to not have 2 categories of food where there is one bad and one good, but they can both fall in between. Because in reality, it's all about balance. So my tip number 2 is to keep track of what you were feeling or thinking every time you binge. The reason why this is important is because if you want to change the outcome, you need to know what's actually causing it. So ask yourself every time you binge, why am I doing this? Am I bored? Am I on starvation mode? Am I feeding into my emotions? For me, it was a combination of 2 factors. The first one is that my body was entering starvation mode because I wouldn't eat enough during the day, so I would usually binge at night. And I was also emotionally eating anytime I felt stressed or sad or really just in a low vibrational level. So with this, I started having proper meals during the day, and I also made sure that anytime I was feeling sad or stressed, I would just pause, like go to the gym or talk with some friends in order to not let myself get there. This leads me to tip number 3, which is to eat proper meals with enough good nutrients. I know that for me, whenever I rely on snacking, I'm most likely going to binge. On the other hand, if I focus on bigger meals during the day where I make sure that I have a source of good protein, good carbs, and healthy fats, then I know that I'm less likely to binge during the day. This is because my body keeps satisfied for longer, and it's not just about being full, but being full with the right nutrients. If you don't fuel your body with the right foods, then it will keep searching for nutrients because it's a way to survive. Tip number 4 is to be mindful whenever eating and trying to eat the main meals with other people. I would mostly binge when I was alone, and I know that's the case for most people because we feel feelings of shame and unworthiness, and we just want to hide what we are doing, like it's something really badly that other people can see, because otherwise we feel even worse about ourselves. It's also easier to binge if you are eating at the same time as watching a Netflix show or working on your computer, because you are not really there, you are just focusing on what you are doing and not on what you are putting into your body. Instead, be in the present moment and really take the time to appreciate the food that's in your plate and the pleasure that it gives you. My last tip is to practice self-love and acceptance. In my opinion, the reason why binge eating is so common nowadays is this idea that was created by the media of the perfect body shape. Every day we are bombarded with beautiful models on a magazine and beautiful social media influencers and people on commercials. This gives us false and unrealistic expectations of what a beauty standard should be like. What a lot of times we fail to realize is that on media we just see the final product, we don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see the Photoshop, the amount of makeup they are wearing, or even the plastic surgeries they had. Everyone has a different body shape. Yes, you can change it with proper nutrition and adequate training, but you can't become someone else. You can't have someone else's body shape. Accepting this is key. It will allow you to have peace of mind and also accept and have realistic expectations about your body and how you should look like. These were my tips. I hope they were helpful to you, and I'll see you on my next video.